Good afternoon, my lovelies, and happy Thursday. Today is episode 4 of Organically Speaking, where I talk to you about all of the amazing ingredients in our olive tree people products. Today, if you noticed the title up above, I'm going to be talking about some of our B products, which the B stands for body. And I've chosen 3 to share with you today and do a deep dive into the ingredients, what they do for you, and why they're important for you to have in your skincare routine. Our skin isn't just about our faces, y'all. We got to make sure we take care of the rest of it as well. The skin is our largest organ in our body, and we want to make sure that what we're putting on our skin is good for us and is going to be of benefit. As you're hopping onto the call today, please say hello, wave, do however you want to do it. Drop down in the comments and say hello to me. Let me know that you were here. Participation in these lives has its benefits. If you're interactive with me during my lives and you're answering questions and you're saying hey and being involved, there may just be a little something in it for you when it's all said and done. So again, today is going to be all about the body. I'm focusing on 3 products. There are so many more in our body line, but I wanted to start with these because they are my favorites. And then I will come back at a later date and talk about some of the other ones because I use quite a few of them and I'm really enjoying them. Even the hair products, if you see my hair's looking pretty healthy and pretty good, I'm also using the Olive Tree People hair products. So not to put anything off or belabor any points, I'm going to start with, I feel like I'm calling bingo here today, B14. Starting with the B14, this is a little powerhouse and it is multifunctional, can be used for so many different things. The B14 is our SOS Olive Leaf Skin Gel. So as you all know, the first ingredient of the majority, the other day I said all, I was mistaken because some of our oils, the first ingredient is oil, but the majority of our products have as their first ingredient, what? Drop it down in the comments for your chance at something good to come your way. It's all from the olive tree. So the first ingredient is the same for the majority of our products. The second ingredient of the SOS Skin Leaf Gel is pentylene glycol. We've talked about this one before. It is synthetic, but it is ranked highly safe. And what it does is it's a skin conditioning agent. Okay, so it's going to help. It is beneficial for our skin. Okay. The next ingredient is polyglycerol 4 caprate. And that may sound like a chemical name and something that somebody cooked up in the laboratory, but it is actually natural ingredient derived from capric acid and glycerol. Those come from coconut or other natural oils. So they act as a conditioning and hydrating agent and helps lock the moisture into the skin to prevent it from drying out or cracking. Furthermore, this ingredient, the polyglycerol 4 caprate, helps other ingredients to penetrate the skin more deeply. Now, why is that important with this product? Because we use it for things like, kind of like you would use it as a salve for something that hurts or aches or that is inflamed. I use it on my knee. I use it on zits. One little dab and just put it on there. If you have one of those eruptions that you're just put it on there and leave it, and it draws out that inflammation and helps it heal much more quickly. So it can be used for a number of different things. Folks have really, really good results with this, using it on acne outbreaks or those, occasional bumps that pop up. And again, because of some of the other ingredients I'll talk about in a second, it is great as a salve and as to massage into sore, aching muscles and joints. So the fourth ingredient is glycerin, and glycerin is a humectant. For anyone who's been watching the series, if you can drop below in the comments what a humectant is, what it does, then there may be a little something extra for you as well. So humectants are really good for our skin. I won't give away the answer, but they also help to hydrate and soften the skin. The fifth ingredient is Caesalpinia spinosa gum. Easy for me to say, right? But that's Terra gum or Peruvian carob. And this is a natural thickening agent that helps improve the texture of formulas. And it's obtained by grinding down a specific part of the seed from the Terra gum tree. That's native to South America, in case you were curious about that. It's also categorized as a polysaccharide, which is a complex sugar, and that is used for hydrating our skin. Okay, so those are the first five. Those are the big five. Now, keep in mind that in Olive Tree People products, the first ingredient is never water, as it is in the majority of skincare products you'll find on the market. And when you find water in that first ingredient, it means that up to 70% of that formula is water. So we've replaced that 70% with 70% olive tree cell extract, which is chock full of antioxidants, and it's highly anti-inflammatory. It is so good for you, for your skin, from both the outside and the inside. Let's talk about a few more of the active ingredients. Right now, if you're just joining, I'm talking about the B15 SOS Olive Leaf Skin Gel. It's a little powerhouse that I absolutely love and will not be without. So in addition to all of the goodness I just described to you, it also has rosemary leaf oil. That is a potent antioxidant, also has antimicrobial properties, and I learned this today. This was new to me. It can stimulate hair regrowth when applied to the scalp. So I may be using this for yet another purpose. One of the studies that I saw said that rosemary leaf oil, the leaf oil, not the essential oil, don't get them confused, because one is much, much stronger and can actually burn your skin if you put it on undiluted. This is the leaf oil. When compared to minoxidil, it performed better at encouraging hair regrowth. So another little sidebar there for you. Now, it isn't one of the first 5 ingredients, but it is still above the 1% line. So take note. The next ingredient in this little bottle of wonder is bisabolol, which is an anti-inflammatory, soothing ingredient that's derived from, that's derived from chamomile. We all have had that chamomile tea, right, to calm everything down? Well, it does the same kind of thing for the skin. Then the next ingredient is menthol, which is a natural compound that comes from the essential oil of the mentha species of plants. And it has pain-killing, itch-reducing, antibacterial, antifungal, and even penetration-enhancing properties. So one of the ways that I use the B14 is on rashes. You may remember, if you've been following me, when I came off of my Zyrtec, I started getting these hives, and I would just, all of a sudden, I would break out, no rhyme, no reason. I would just get these horrible itchy rashes that would pop up on my arms, my hands, my neck. This right here, when I applied this to those, would take them away in just a few moments. I've also heard some of our consultants talk about using it on bug bites as well. So part of that is the menthol, and part of that is the rosemary leaf oil that's going to help with those things. One of the asides about menthol is if it's used in too high of a concentration, it can be irritating to the skin. I have had this on my face, on my arms, on this really sensitive skin here on the inside of my arms. Haven't had any reactions, but I just want to put that out there that menthol can be an irritating ingredient. Now I'm referring to my spreadsheet that is up behind where my camera is. So if you see me looking up, that's what I'm doing. I want to make sure I don't miss any of the ingredients or any of the important information. So after menthol, we have water. Sometimes you gotta have a little water. We also have 2 ingredients called limonene and linalool. Those are derived from plant oils. Limonene is derived from citrus oil, and the linalool is a plant-derived oil either from lavender or coriander. Now, again, as a note, these are the last 2 ingredients on the list, but they can be sensitizing for some people. Never personally had a problem with them, but I do know that there are folks out there. So if you know that limonene and linalool are an issue for you, then this might not be the answer. But honestly, I have used it, like I said, as a balm, as a salve, to stop itches, to treat muscle and joint aches and pains, and also to put on those little bumps that pop up, those little zits that pop up, and it will dry them up in no time at all. So that was the B14. That is the SOS Olive Leaf Skin Gel. Highly recommended. One of my faves. Now we're going to move down to the next item up for bids, which is the B15. Again, I feel like we're playing bingo here. B15. Anybody have B15 on your bingo card? B15 is the anti-aging cream, body cream. Now, I will say that this can be used on the face as well as the body. My husband uses this on his face as his moisturizer, mostly because it comes in a nice little pump, and he uses a lot because his head is shaved. So he's not just doing the front, he's doing the whole head. This is what he uses on his face, and he's had really, really wonderful results with it. But let's talk about what's in here that makes it so good. The first ingredient, of course, is the olive leaf cell extract, which is in the majority, the first ingredient in the majority of the olive tree people products. If it isn't the cell extract, it's the oil, okay? I messed that up the other day because I said it's every one, but it isn't, because we have a whole line of beautiful body oils, and the oils have oil as the first ingredient. So y'all forgive me that little boo-boo, but this one does have the olive leaf extract as its first. The second ingredient is capric triglyceride, which is again, sounds like a chemical, right? But it comes from nature. It is a fatty acid derived from coconut, and our skin absolutely loves fatty acids. They're great for your skin. The third ingredient is olive oil, and not just any olive oil, but Arbequina olive oil. And our Arbequina olive oil is, I did a demonstration a couple of days ago, maybe it was last week, where I put just a table olive oil and then our Arbequina olive oil on 2 different hands. And the Arbequina olive oil is so light, and it soaks in so beautifully to the skin that you can just take it right out of the bottle. We sell it. It's called the I-56, just straight olive oil. You can put that on your skin and it soaks in beautifully. But that is the third ingredient in the B15 Anti-Aging Cream. The next ingredient is glycerin. Glycerin is naturally derived, and it is the type of ingredient that draws moisture from its environment and pulls it into the skin. If you can drop the name for that down in the comments, I've got something for you. So very, very good. moisturizing for the skin. The fifth ingredient, I don't know, we're gonna have to really test my pronunciation skills on this one, is cetyl ethyl hexanoate. Again, sounds like somebody drummed it up in the laboratory, but it actually is derived from coconut and palm oil, and it is an emollient. And emollients do what? Emollients condition and soften our skin. Some additional ingredients of note for the B15 Anti-Aging Cream are sweet almond oil, apricot kernel oil, and vitamin E, which are all filled with antioxidant properties and are going to keep your skin soft and moisturized. And then we also have the rosemary leaf extract, which we just talked about with the B14 and all of the wonderful benefits that that has. A potent antioxidant, antimicrobial, and can stimulate hair growth. I'm still just blown away by that. Gonna have to try it. So that was our B15 Anti-Aging Body Cream. Good for faces, especially for the gentlemen who don't want to go dabble around with those cute little jars that you have to dip your finger into. Hubby loves this one. The third and final product we're going to talk about today, I hesitate to mention it because it's currently out of stock, but I'm stocking it. And the minute that it comes back in stock, I'm going to buy 5 or 6 bottles of it. I love it that much. So as much as hubby love likes this one, this is my baby. The B16 is our Cell Active Body Serum. And I use this right out of the shower, and it leaves my skin feeling like a baby's. It is so amazing. So let's talk about what's in it. First and foremost, what do we have? We have olive leaf cell extract. Now, if you're new to the olive tree people or to these presentations, the olive leaf cell extract is drawn directly from the leaves of our olive trees in Spain. They prune them once a year in the winter, and they take those leaves and they rinse them and immediately take them to the pressing room, where they press out the liquid and the cells from those leaves, and those are filled with antioxidants and polyphenols. So you've probably, if you've been following, you've heard me talk about hydroxytyrosol, which is very, very present in the leaves of the olive tree, much more so than the fruit. Also alurapine. These are things that have been shown to be highly anti-inflammatory and to help calm the skin, can have been shown to reduce certain skin conditions. I won't name them. Some people don't like it when we do that. So the olive leaf extract is a wonderful base product. Again, it replaces water. So we've taken out the 70% water from most of your commercial moisturizers and replaced it with the olive leaf cell extract. So that's ingredient number 1. The second is water. Now you might say, but wait a minute, Lauren, you said waterless beauty. And primarily our products do not have water as an ingredient, but they never have water as the first ingredient. Why would we use water in a formula? Primarily because we have humectants in the formula as well. What is a humectant? A humectant draws the moisture from the area around it into the skin. So if there's no water to pull into the skin, the humectants have nothing to work with. So we do have water in this serum formula because it pairs well with some of the ingredients I'm going to tell you about next. The third ingredient is our capric triglyceride, which is a fatty acid derived from coconuts. Again, our skin loves fatty acids. They're great for our skin and our moisture barrier. Fourth ingredient, pentylene glycol. It's our one synthetic that you'll see pretty regularly. It is a skin conditioning agent. It has been ranked by Environmental Working Group as a 1 on a scale of 10 as far as toxicity, and INCI has said that it has been deemed safe. for use in personal care products. So nothing to worry about, but it is synthetic. So I'll just let you know that. The fifth ingredient is ethyl hexyl palmitate. Again, sounds really chemically, but it's derived from palm oil. So it is a natural ingredient. And now we're going to move into some of the fun stuff. We have olive oil in this serum as well, and glycerin, which is a humectant, which is naturally derived. I'm going to pull that water that we mentioned as ingredient number 2 into the skin to keep it moisturized and plump. We have maltolol, which is also a humectant that's derived from fruits, vegetables, or grains. We have methyl glucose sequestrate, I think, which is derived from simple sugar and fatty acids. So again, fatty acids our skin absolutely loves, and these are going to be used to soften our skin and moisturize it. Broccoli seed oil. I didn't know there was such a thing, but there is. Broccoli seed oil is highly anti-inflammatory. It's high in omega-9 fatty acids, and it delivers intense hydration, but yet doesn't clog the pores, and it can also calm irritated and stressed skin. So that's a wonderful addition to all of the other goodness that we've talked about. Next we have stearyl alcohol, which is a thickener that's derived from vegetables, because you don't want something runny, right? You want it to have a little substance to it. We have tocopherol acetate, which is a form of vitamin E. We have saccharide isomerate. I'm getting my pronunciation in here, y'all. Which is a naturally derived plant extract that helps maintain the skin's moisture barrier and helps plump and smooth the skin. We have additional olive powder in this, which I think also helps with thickening it, but also boosts up the olive cell extract that we have with a little bit extra. We have some lecithin. We have honey, which is a natural humectant. Sodium hyaluronate, which is the salt for hyaluronic acid. Anybody who has seen a skincare ad in the past 10 years has heard about hyaluronic acid. So sodium hyaluronate is the salt of that. It's a smaller molecule and is more easily able to penetrate the skin. And it's going to take with it that water that we talked about earlier in the formula. We also have cholesterol in this. I don't think I've ever seen cholesterol on an ingredient list, and I've read hundreds of ingredient lists over the past 3 years. But it is a naturally occurring lipid that helps keep skin cells healthy, and it's highly moisturizing. Then there's an ingredient, I had to send a note up to corporate. It says Pimentier FR. I'm guessing that stands for fruit, but I don't know. So I sent them a note. I said, I've searched every single database that I know of, and I know of all of them, and I can't find this ingredient. I think it's a typo. And I think what it should say is pimenta dioica. Dioica, I think that's the right pronunciation, which is allspice. And the reason I say that is there's the aroma to this has a hint to me of allspice in it, and you can see these little brown flecks in it, like allspice is a little brown spice. So I would never think of using allspice in skincare, but if that is what it is, and I believe that it is, it's an antiseptic, antimicrobial, and antibacterial. So again, great for the skin. Also has some caffeine in it. Not something you typically see in skincare, but caffeine is going to help constrict the blood vessels. So if you're one of those who like me, might want to start using it on my face. That makes sense why all the little spider veins on my arms are looking better. But it constricts the blood vessels. I just lost my place. And so that's going to make your skin look brighter and smoother. And one of the comments in the databases that I was looking at, it says it's like a real life Instagram filter for your skin. Imagine that. Then we have a thickener and a pH balance ingredient, sodium hydroxide solution, and then fragrance, which is derived from essential oils, and 2 preservatives. And that takes you to the end of the B16. Let me show you, I meant to show you guys these products. Let's start over. The B14 that we first talked about, the SOS Olive Leaf Skin Gel, as I said, can be used for a multitude of things. This is what it looks like. As you can see, it is a gel. It does have the menthol scent to it, and it leaves a little protective shield on the skin. So if you're using this, as I had mentioned earlier, on a zit, it's gonna cover that up, and then it's gonna help that to resolve quickly. If you're using it on, like I said, I use it on my joints sometimes, especially my knee when it's being icky. It stays on, right? It does soak in, and that menthol is going to help with the pain relief. And it's also great for rashes. I mean, it's just this little multi-use deal. I put it on my rashes and my hives that I was getting after I quit taking my Zyrtec, and it worked beautifully. Also works on bug bites and numerous other things. So this is the good Lord, I cannot get this name right. SOS Olive Leaf Skin Gel, B14. Bingo. The B15 is the cream, and it's a lovely, lovely, beautiful cream. Absorbs nicely into the skin. Has a very light and pleasant scent to it. I can't really place it, but it's very pleasant. Really love it. And then the B16, I'm afraid to actually even use any of it because, like I said, it is out of stock, but I will let you all know the instant that it's back in. This has, I haven't used it today. This has a little bit more of a natural color to it, and I don't know if you can see, I was talking about the little brown flecks that I think may be the allspice that's in it. But this soaks in beautifully as well, especially when you're right out of the shower. Leaves you with just a tiny bit of a sheen to your skin. Love it. And it has really helped with the bumpies on the back of my arm. So that's all 3 of the products that I wanted to share with you today. They are all available on my website, laurenawynn.com. And through Sunday at midnight Pacific, there is a site-wide sale, 16% off. Just use July 4th, JULY, the number 4TH, and you'll get 16% off of any product or your whole cart. You'll get 16% off your whole cart when you shop with us over the next several days. If you have any questions at all, drop them down in the comments and I'll give them an answer. Or you can message me if you want to learn more about the product or the company. I am happy to answer those at any time. Now, I'll be back on Saturday, and if y'all will do me a favor and drop down in the comments what you want to hear about next. So I've done the eyes, I have done the face creams, I did, what else did I do? I've done the body piece. I don't know what else I did, y'all. I'm pretty sure this is my 4th one. Anyway, let me know what it is you want to learn about, and I will dig into all of the ingredients and tell you what they all do. We'll have our own little science day. So that's it for now. I will chat with you guys again on Saturday, 3 p.m. Eastern, and these are always available on replay. You can also catch them over on my YouTube channel. They are all being posted over there as well if you ever want to refer back to them. Lauren's Best Life is my YouTube channel, and you can find me there. All right, y'all have a great day. Love you all. Take care.